Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Game with me, Roll Cage TV, where I do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talents, but a whole lot of fresh starts. It's actually not a new edition, or it's actually not the same edition of, well, it is the same. It's the same channel. It's the same. It is a new edition in term. How am I putting this? Last YouTube episode, I would have said, well, if you're on Twitch, stick around. I'll be right back. I did come back, but I'm not coming back now. Let me explain. Well, let me explain quickly, because I don't have a lot of time. The game sounds fluked out right in the middle of a race. The big race, the final race. And, oh, not that one. Right in the middle of the big final race. And so, it was only like, I wasn't even halfway through the race. And, I couldn't fix the game sounds unless I restarted the game. And I was in the middle of a race. So, restarting the game, didn't save the race. And so, this is actually a new day. A new dawn. Well, okay, it's a little afternoon here. Let me get this set up. Tourist trophy, free practice, no. Qualifying, no. 4 to 6 laps, time of day, afternoon. Weather clear, competitors. Let's move that all up. AI skill. That's where I like it. Starting method masked. Starting grid position is last. Actually, it should be starting method interval. Problem is, if I'm last, I'll have to wait. But that's okay. I'll wait. Tell you where, yes. Okay, this is what the actual final race would be like. I say this every time, but I didn't qualify for the final race. But I'm going to do the final race anyway. I'm going to do that by cheating, not cheating, by setting up myself, because I don't qualify for the final race. Okay, let's get this loaded and started. Yeah, qualifier. Last episode I did a qualifier, and I failed to get to 20 minutes, which I never get to 20 minutes. Maybe once, when I get through the season number 10 and I have all the upgrades on the super bike and I'm good enough to not fall off, then maybe I'll get 20 minutes, but it's unlikely. So I have to practice on third person view a little bit. Maybe I could qualify in third person view. I don't know. So hopefully the sound will stay. If the sound doesn't stay, the game sounds, we'll just run the race without game sounds, sadly. Because I can't be restarting this race. I'm going to run out of YouTube content. Can't be restarting the race. Can't just throw the entire stream out of whack. So I've got 2 hours or so until this race is over, and then after that, I will restart the game and continue on with the last part of the pretzel. With the last part of the stream. So anyway, let's get started. I'm completely not warmed up. And it's been a week since I played the race. So this should be quite interesting. And I'm definitely getting game sounds in my ears. Game sounds loud in my ears. I think I should have it turned down for the stream so you can still hear me. If you can't hear me, leave a YouTube comment. Let me know I need to turn the game sounds down. If I get someone in chat, I'll ask them too. I know that it's an issue with, was an issue with SnowRunner. Which I play every Sunday now on Twitch. Doesn't go on YouTube. starting at 12:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time, Sunday, and I go till 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. Trying to figure out if there's any way I can get SnowRunner on YouTube in a reasonable way. All of my YouTube videos are unedited, clips, highlights, segments of my Twitch stream. By the way, I got a lot of viewers for my most recent, well, as of this recording, most recent Dirt Rally episode. January 2024 of the official club race, Monaco. It's part 2 of a 4-part. It's a 12-stage event. This is stages 4 through 6. I've got, as of this moment, close to 200 viewers, which right now is my most watched YouTube video on my channel. Prior to this, it was like 160 or so viewers for a Minecraft video. So yep, recommended the algorithm. I hit the algorithm somehow, which is weird because it's Dirt Rally. I guess people are still craving Dirt Rally, even though the new game is out, Dirt Rally 2. And I play that. I play Dirt Rally the first Saturday of the month, rather than this, because this gives me enough content, just 3 or 4, depending on how many Saturdays are in the month, 3 or 4 weekend Saturdays of playing this game is enough to give me YouTube content for the entire weekend, for the entire month. So there you go. Content. Please think about subscribing on YouTube. I'm getting so close to my 100 subscriber goal, which if I reach that goal, I'm going to set up a Discord. And yeah, by the time this airs, I'll probably be around 90. I'm like 87, 88 right now. So, oh no! I hit that just about every time. But I didn't wreck until then, so that's good. I did well. I gotta try to remember after 2 laps to go into the pit box, otherwise I'm gonna run out of fuel. Plus I'm going to end the YouTube episode after 2 laps, because that'll be almost an hour right there. Maybe a little over an hour with all the setup and stuff. It takes me about 25 minutes to do a lap in this bike. It's the Super Sport bike, not the Super Bike, which I would not be able to do a lap in 20 minutes on the Super Bike anyway, because my problem is falling off and or hitting things, as you just saw. And I would be doing that even more on the Super Bike, so. But yes, I play, Sega. I play in first person view, but with all the assists turned on and all my electronics turned up against the easiest AI. And I can't beat them, the easiest AI. And the easiest AI can't beat the 20-minute qualifier time either. They have to, at the very last minute, nobody has, if you look at the AI and go through the entire qualifier, nobody has a lap that's 20 minutes. Well, no, that's not true. Those usually like 2 people out of the 16 or whatever that try that has a time under 20 minutes. Most of them are from just over 20 minutes to over 21 minutes. And there isn't enough time for them to finish the lap they're on. And so, but then suddenly, magically, when the qualifier ends, boom, exactly none of them have qualified. Because they have to. So yeah, every week I say, I wish they would set the timer to be based on the AI difficulty, because then I would qualify. My best time is just under 23 minutes. But maybe I still wouldn't qualify. Maybe the limit, because the AI can't qualify at 22 minutes, maybe the timer would be 22 minutes. And then they would have to make sure that only 9 people qualify, though. So I don't know how they do that at the highest AI level. I gotta check that. I think they only take the top 10 people. So, yeah, I was saying 9, it's actually 10 because I never qualified. But I think they only take the top 10 people regardless. So, yeah, even on the highest difficulty level, I think everyone would get under 20 minutes, but they would still only take 10 of them. So they could set it, you know, if it's 20 minutes could be the goal for like the 50% AI, and then the 30% AI would be, you know, 20, you know, lower the goal by 30 seconds for every 10 AI difficulty level or something. I don't know. They would want to make it, they probably wouldn't want to make the goal time be like 22 minutes and 34 seconds or something like that. So it'd be hard for them to smoothly do the transition, but they could do it like between 30 and 35 is one time, or 30 and 34, between 35 and 39, etc. And then hopefully on the 30% AI, they would set the qualifying time to like 25 minutes, and then I'd be able to qualify. And then on the 100% AI, it'd be under 20 minutes. It'd be closer to 15 minutes or something. Or 15 minutes wouldn't be realistic for the actual race. But it could be, because the actual time is like 16 minutes or something. But people that play this game, when you play the game, if you're good, you're going to get a better time than in real life, because you're going to push it to the limit, which you're not really going to do completely when you're playing, when you're actually running the race, because if you wreck, you don't have like a 20-second penalty to get back up, or 30 seconds to get back up and get back on the bike and keep going. You're probably waiting much longer than that for the ambulance to come, so, and, you know, you cannot continue the race in an ambulance. It's part of the rules. Even if you take your bike and the ambulance with you, sorry, that's assistance. You can't finish the race in the ambulance. You would think it's like, I was watching a video of something. Oh, I remember what it was. It's the Air Bud rule. There's nothing in the rules that say you can't. A dog can't play in the NBA or whatever. Yeah. Oh, that was also a thing in what was it? It was a Will Ferrell movie. Blades of something, Blades of Glory or something like that. Ice skating. Blades of Steel. I don't know what it was. Maybe it wasn't even Blades of something. But he was in the pairs skating. They did a special maneuver that for some reason women couldn't do. They'd get their head cut off or something. You know, Will Ferrell movie, very silly. So he paired up with another guy, and they were like, "You can't do this." You know, the competitor protested, but he said, "Well, there's nothing in the rule that says you can't have two guys in the pair." Well, it actually probably is in the rules, but in the Olympics was. Anyway, it's the Air Bud rule. If it's not forbidden, it's allowed. Which is stupid. Anyway, the video I watched was about can a state secede from the United States? Well, there's nothing in the Constitution that says they can't. Which is actually not true. It's for, the post-Civil War amendments very specifically say, not post-Civil War, post-Civil War. Anyway, yes, you can't secede from the Union. There's only 2 ways to secede from the Union in the United States. One is to be victorious in a war, in a civil war, in which case, are you seceding or are they seceding? War, but it wouldn't really be the United States after. But I suppose if one of the terms of surrender for the losing side would be that the other side gets to do whatever they want, basically. But anyway, the only legal way is if all the other states agree. I think it's all the other states have to agree. And you're not going to get all the states to agree, no matter how much all the states get together and decide they want to kick one of the other states out. That's probably not going to be a wise thing to do, because it'll ruin the economy, it'll ruin the reputation of the United States. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, there are no Air Bud rules in the Constitution. You can't, was Air Bud, like the whole movie, sponsored by Budweiser? No, it couldn't have been. Who was Bud? Bud must have been the dog. I don't know. I never watched it. I never watched the Bugs Bunny, Michael Jordan basketball team up either. I think it was Michael Jordan starting. I don't know. Basketball wasn't my sport. For a while, I was really into sports. I watched all the sports. All the sports. This is back when there was only ESPN and ESPN2. So, all the ESPN2 sports. Maybe not all of them. I didn't watch the X Games. The X Games were stupid. And of course, the X Games now is, a lot of the Olympic sports are X Games. Well, not a lot. They've got, half pipe and stuff, which is actually very good. It's not like some of the other trashy X Games stuff. So, I mentioned Dirt Rally. I play used to play Dirt Rally every day. Now I only play it once a month. If I'm not streaming, I don't play a video game. Which is not true. I've been playing SnowRunner obsessively. Not obsessively, but I've been playing it more days than I've not been playing it, I think, in the week. Even though I only stream it on Sundays. But, what was I talking about? Oh, Dirt Rally 2. The same people, Codemasters, made not only Dirt Rally, but also a game called Dirt, which the original Dirts were real rally games. And in fact, Dirt 4 is more of a Dirt Rally type game. But Dirt 2, 3, and 5 were very arcadey, doing tricks and stunts and stuff. And Dirt 2, I played a lot of, which was a lot of fun. And the stunts weren't too difficult. It was multi-threaded. You could get through the game even if you weren't very good at doing donuts and stuff. But Dirt 3 had narrow funnel points, would you call it? Anyway, places that you had to get through, and you had to be able to do drifty stuff and donuts and stuff, and I don't like that stuff. I don't like hooning. I mean, Ken Block produced some really cool videos, IRL, and there's a guy who does on stream, who I can't think of his name now. Look up Forza Horizon stunts or something. You'll see. Those crazy stunts in Forza Horizon. There's Forza Horizons, you can do all kinds of booning and stuff like that. But yeah, I talked about Forza Horizons many times before. I stopped playing it because they put up a skill wall to get all the content. And I'm a completionist kind of guy. I want all the content, and I couldn't get a lot of the vehicles unless I could do wheelies and stuff and beat the... Not wheelies. I guess not wheelies in a car, huh? I do a wheelie in this bike, except I can't. I got anti-wheelie on too high. Just to demonstrate. But doing drifts and stuff like that, doing donuts and... I mean, in Horizons, I could do a nice J-turn and stuff like that, but I can't do it consistently enough to get... I mean, I could do a J-turn system, but I can't do a massive drift around a corner to get enough points to get 3 stars on all these stunts that you need to get 3 stars on everything in order to get the final race and the Lego expansion, the Horizons 4, yada yada yada, etc. And I loved Horizons. That was my... Would I say it was my favorite racing game? There was a period of time when I played Forza Horizons more than Dirt Rally. But yeah, Forza Horizons 5 came out. I don't know if they fixed the... Well, I couldn't trust them because when Forza Horizons 4 came out, there was no... You could just grind to get all the content. You could grind, and then anything you couldn't get, you could buy on the... anything you didn't get by luck on the wheel, or as a prize you could get on the auction. But they made it so that, I mean, only one chance. You only get one chance to get a particular vehicle, and it would never show up on the auction because it was a limited edition kind of thing, and only one chance. And anyway, then they tried to put in second chance stuff, but you still had to be able to beat the highest AI to get the credits to get the second chance. I got frustrated, so I gave up. And even if Forza Horizons 4 changed that, or 5 changed that, I couldn't trust them because Forza Horizons 4 changed it in the middle of the game. They put up a skill wall. So how do I know Forza Horizons 5 wouldn't do the same thing? They probably would do the same thing, but I think that's popular. But I don't do things that are popular. I play this game, which is popular, but I play it really bad, and I post the really bad videos on YouTube and I stream them. So it's hard to imagine that it's popular for people to watch a knucklehead like me play this game. But you don't watch. If you've watched this deep into the stream of the video, you don't watch me because you're trying to get pointers on how to play well. You watch me to see the ragdoll go crazy. And I can't, by the way, I'll mention it again, I can't really see the stream chat while I'm in the middle of a race, so if I fall over, I look down at the chat to see if there's any new messages. I don't see anything there now. Although sometimes people will chat and they'll be in the same blue color as... If you're watching on YouTube, you don't see it because I got the message suppressed to the online overlay. But the chat overlay that's on the right side of the screen. In case you're wondering what that dark spot is, that's for the chat. And if I don't get any chat, sometimes I don't get any chat for an entire YouTube video. People pop in and they don't say anything. But Stream Elements, which is my timer bot that posts links and stuff to the streamers. I often post a link to the YouTube channel, post a link to my tip page, Xlam tip and Twitch chat. I don't promote getting money. I really don't. I don't like the fact that I'm forced to do ads on Twitch even. I wish I could turn all the ads off, but I can't. I wouldn't even be monetized if it wasn't for the fact that you need to be monetized to get all the technical doohickeys that you stream well. Anyway, somewhere this is all leading, and usually by the end of, I get back to what I was talking about after a bunch of ramble. This may not happen this time. Oh, I was watching all the sports. I used to watch all the sports except for like X gaming stuff. And basketball. I watched Sports Center and got State. I didn't watch. I preferred the college game once they instituted the shot clock, but it's a longer shot clock, a reasonable shot clock, like 45 seconds or something. I watched it a little bit just before they instituted shot clock, and it was really bad. They really needed a shot clock. So they implemented a more reasonable 45-second shot clock where you can actually do plays, but and the skill level of college isn't such that you know they're going to make the shot 90% of the time they take it. That's not 90%, but it's pretty high. And I can see in the pros, if they gave you 45 seconds to take every shot, it would be even more. Okay, they scored again, and then they run down the other end of the court, and yeah, they scored again because they had time to set up a play. And the pros, defense is hard in basketball, and the pro shooters, if they're allowed to set up a play for 45 seconds, they would probably score most times. By far, most times. Already, I don't like the game because it's run down the field, take a shot, score. Run down the field, take a shot, score. Run down the field, take a shot, field, court, score. Run down, and then, oops, they didn't score this possession, so they're going to lose the game now. It's not quite that bad. So basketball was never my thing. Baseball was my thing, which you would think, wow, that's... No wonder you don't like basketball, because baseball is on the opposite end of the spectrum as far as action. But it's punctuated action, which I like. Football, American football is very popular, I think, in part because of the punctuated action. And now that they have a pitch clock in baseball, it's much better. In case you don't know, they implemented a pitch clock in Major League Baseball in the 2023 season. I think they're shortening it slightly in the 2024 season. Or shortening it when there's nobody on base, or when there's people on base, because it's longer when there's people on base than when there's nobody on base. They shortened one of them, I don't remember which one, for 24. But it had been in the minor leagues for a few years, and they finally implemented it in the major leagues. It changed the nature of the game, and people didn't want to change the nature of the game, which... when a baseball game takes 3.5 hours, and an hour of that is just watching the pitcher warm up and the batter step out of the box and the pitcher step off the mound and the pitcher back on the mound. That's why people didn't like baseball. But it's a much better game now. There's a pitch, and then the pitch is either a ball or a strike, or the ball is hit, and it's either foul or fair. And it's either an out or a hit, and then another pitch comes in, another batter comes in pretty quickly, and it's more like American football, where it's punctuated action, where they set up a play, and they might take quite a bit of time to set up a play. They might take a timeout and take 2 minutes or something if it's a critical play, and then they run the play. In baseball, it's a reactive sport, and a lot of the more times than not, the ball is not hit. But if it's hit often enough, or you get a dramatic strikeout in a critical position, stuff like that, it has its drama. People find it boring still. It's not. But it's not just that I prefer slower games like baseball over faster, non-stop action games like basketball, because I also love hockey. Ice hockey. Of course, I live in Minnesota, so it's I'm contractually obligated to like hockey. I don't watch any sports, but I used to love hockey. Watch as much hockey as I could. I grew up, well, when I first grew up, where I grew up did have a hockey team close enough by that it was broadcast, but they didn't, during most of my late teen, early adulthood, until I moved, they didn't have a team, and nearby, near enough by to be broadcast. And but then I moved to Minnesota, and they like lost their hockey team just when I got here. Well, they got a new one. They had minor league, and I went to a few minor league hockey games. Oh boy, the hockey, minor league hockey. You think major league hockey is? You think the NFL is rough? Boy, oh boy, the gloves are off literally in minor league hockey. Maybe they've tried to clean it up a little bit since I used to watch it, but yeah. But we've had an NHL team now, the Wild, here in the Twin Cities. We've got all 5 major sports. I would have to include international football / soccer as a major sport. I think we still have a soccer team, don't we? And my cat is here to get more food, and I'm not giving him more food because I gave him an appetite stimulant because he was not eating as much as I would like to maintain his weight. His weight's not really down, but I mean it's down slightly. It's not down dramatically, but so I decided to give him a quarter of a pill of an appetite stimulant, which is all it takes to kickstart him into. He likes his food. He doesn't like the powder we have to put on the food because he gets constipated. And so we mix in, my roommate helps out. Mix in some powder on half of it and then have it wetted with powder, and then the other half is just fresh. And he prefers the fresh. He doesn't like the powdered. So sometimes he'll, if he starts to fall behind because we're taking a longer than usual old man nap, or if he's late, if he's sleeping with me in the morning, which he's usually now, he's 13, he's going to be 14 this coming summer, and as cats get older, they get more cuddly, they get bonded in a different way, and so he lays down with me all the time now, and if he's laying down with me, he's not eating until he gets too warm and I have to throw him off, which I did last night. But anyway, so sometimes he starts to fall behind in his food, and he needs his powder, so I give him less food than he normally should have. I initially give him less food, and then to encourage him to eat the powdered stuff, and then I supplement it with more non-powdered food, powdered wetted food, kibble. It's always kibble. But when he starts to slow down, has a hard time eating what he really needs, which is more than just the initial amount we feed him, then give him a pill. I haven't given him a pill in like a month or more. Fresh bag of kibble not long ago, and it smelled more. It's calmed down a little bit, but it smelled really. I was wondering, and had my roommate smell it. She was wondering if maybe it was not right somehow, but it didn't smell like it was bad. It just smelled really strongly. So maybe they changed the formula. It's supposed to be the aromatic version of the special food he's on. And it was aromatic, all right. They may have made it even more aromatic. New bag that came just today. I think I'm getting it auto-delivered like every 2 months, which we just opened the new bag not too long ago, and new bag's here, but it's always good to have a little bit left over, but I might have to skip a delivery because I think it's going to be backing up soon. I think there might even be another bag in it. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Whatever. Cats, food, my cat, love them, black cats. Adopt a cat. If you want a cat, adopt a cat. Even if you don't want a cat, adopt a cat. Don't adopt a cat if you don't want them, please. Love your cats. A black cat, if you're going to adopt a cat, consider adopting a black cat. They're beautiful in natural light. Unfortunately, when you go to adopt them in most places, they don't have really good lighting. Even artificial light, if it's really good lighting, boy, their fur just glistens. It's really beautiful. But it's hard to see in artificial light. Before you decide, get a black cat calendar. We get 2 black cat calendars every year, 2 different brands. This year they actually, you know, it's they don't go out. The calendar company doesn't go out and photograph new cat pictures every year. They're, you know, licensed images, and they just happen to have. They both had the same picture. It was cropped slightly differently. This is the first time ever, after years of getting black cat calendars of 2 different brands, had the same picture, and they were different months, but it was a good enough picture. They put it on the cover, and they both put the same picture on the cover. It's like, wait, I thought we ordered 2 different calendars, and they both have the same picture on the cover. Look more closely. They're cropped slightly differently. Anyway, get a black cat calendar if you're not sure if you like a black cat. I'm serious about that. Or some other, or look up maybe black cat pictures. But you're not going to find really good ones. You're going to find people taking pictures of their own cat with a flash or something they look half white because their fur really does reflect the light. And but if you take it with a flash, it's like all white. And if they're looking at the camera and it flashes, you know, red eye effect is bad enough in humans. It's even worse with a cat. I don't know if it's really red, but boy, a cat with red eyes, I can't think of anything scarier. A black cat with red eyes? That look just sounds evil. No, but you know, they have really good night vision because they have structure in the back of their eye, which I can't remember what it's called now, but it reflects the light back into, that gives them a second chance to pick up photons from the light because it reflects it back into their sensors. It's like behind the light sensitive and color sensitive cells in their eyes, and it reflects it back so they can actually get more light. Other animals have that too. A lot of mammals have that. If they're like wolves and stuff, they hunt at night. They've probably all adaptive, the same sort of structure evolved over the millions of years. But yeah, black cats. I love my black cat. I had 2, tuna and sardine. Now I'm down to one. I'm old. Tuna's probably going to be the last cat that I own. Maybe if I'm in a home somewhere and when I can no longer think for myself because I'm already old and can't think very well. I'll be in a home somewhere. I'll be in a group home and they'll have cats there. Cats have always been attracted to me. I don't know. I've had been over people's houses and like, wow, the cat's coming out to see you. This cat never comes out to see anyone. I'm like, well, I guess I'm a cat whisperer. Or I smell like tuna fish, one or the other. I have fish-like pheromones. Maybe that's why cats like me so much. Yeah, my ex-mother-in-law was one of the people that had a cat. Didn't come out for anyone, well, except her to get his food. Oh, no, just his food. But was very shy around people. But, he came out. It's not like he sat on my lap, but, and I've had other cats that did come up and hang out around me and let me play with them, or even sit on the couch next to me, or sit on my lap. Usually, if the cat's going to sit on your lap, though, and it's your first time there, they're probably used to having strangers over. I was cat sitting for someone. Me and my roommate went over at the same time to take care of the cat. Just one. She wanted to see the cat. And of course, she wanted to see the cat, and the cat came up and sat on my lap the whole time with her. But of course, I did feed it a day or two before that. So. Maybe that was the first time. I don't remember. Someone was on vacation. And then when I was there, somebody else came in. Another friend came in and was like, oh, they set up 2 cat sitters just in case one didn't make it or something. Or there was some kind of confusion. But, so I guess that cat ate pretty well that week. If 2 people, unbeknownst to either one, 2 people were coming in and feeding the cat. Oh, look, Kitty ate all his food. Or Kitty didn't eat all of his food. I wonder why Kitty didn't eat all of his food. Oh, that's because it's his second can of food for the day. I have to remember, stop for fuel. Stop for fuel. I'm only halfway through the second lap. And actually, I think this bike, too, the fuel lasts a little longer, maybe. Or maybe it lasts longer on this difficulty level, which makes it, I doubt, because, the difficulty level is only based on the AI. I don't think there's an option to say, make the fuel last longer. But I would definitely have enough fuel to do 3 laps. It looks like I've done a lap and a half, and I'm only not even halfway down, so. But maybe not. I don't know. I can't really see the fuel gauge too well. Well, I'm going at however many 100 miles an hour, 124 miles an hour, 130 miles an hour, 132, 130. I'm reading 140. I'm reading it off of the bike because there's no way I can look over at the little speedometer they have. I'm looking at an even smaller speedometer. It's in the middle of the screen. I can see it. I'm actually racing pretty good today for me. Surprisingly enough, for having absolutely no warm-up, not having played for a week. I love this game. It's really difficult. Motorcycle games in general are difficult. I've got enough credits saved up to buy a game that's on sale that I wanted, but I'm like holding out to the last possible day because there's this other game I really want, Rims, but it's not gone on sale, and all the time I've had it on my wish list. Didn't even go on sale over the weekend, so I don't know if it's even gonna go on sale. This game went on sale. It's by the same publisher. Yeah, I knew I wasn't gonna hold it when the bike was not responding. It was just leaning on its own. It was leaning to the side, but not going the direction it was leaning, which is a good indication that you've lost control. And it's just kind of moving on its own. But the rider was still on it. It didn't detach the camera. It was interesting at first. This cat is staring at me and he's driving me a little crazy. I might have to give him a little bit of food. Either that or he just wants attention. He was running around earlier, dashing. He always dashes at noon when it's time for me to stream, or at 6 p.m. during the week when it's time for me to stream. I stream on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, starting at 12:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time, on Twitch, twitch.tv/rollcage_TV, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I stream starting at 6:30 p.m. And so just before, while I'm setting up for my stream, he always wants to play, which is good. He plays a lot for an older cat. It's good. Oh, that was terrible. I knew that turn was coming. He's pretty active for an older cat. In fact, he was crazy active when he was in his prime. He would play, like, chase the puffball. You know, I'd flick it across the room and he'd chase it down and then bring it back, like fetch, but I would shoot it in a way that he could stop it. I didn't like shooting over his head. And he would just chase it down or catch it and bring it back, and like for an hour he would do. I would finally have to stop. I'm like, every day, multiple times a day, really, really athletic. But he's older now, but still at least once a day he wants to play. He plays pretty vigorously. I think the game sound did cut out. Well, guess what? We're gonna do an entire episode without game sounds. And this is terrible, but I'm not gonna restart this again because it's likely to just die again after an hour. Oh, Tuna will make game sounds. If game sounds were cats meowing, looking for food. Well, the next episode is going to even be worse because it's going to be an entire hour of no game sounds. I'll have to put a disclaimer on the thing. I can't just stop it and restart the game. I'll lose my progress. So it's going to be an entire hour of no game sounds. There was an update and it didn't start right away when there was a new update, so I don't know what the deal is. And once again, it's only this game. They need to have another update. There was an update that Well, there was a maintenance update before, and then they did an update that added the 2023 bikes. And if I played the game on my own, I would go into the bug reporter thing on Xbox, and they would pass the message on to the publishers, who would pass it on to the developers with all of the details. Yeah, I'm playing an Xbox One X, if that's related. I don't know. Hopefully someone's reported it and they're aware of it, and hopefully they're going to fix it in another update. Game just came out. It's January 2024. The game just came out 2023. My cat's meowing at me. You got, Tuna, you got like 10 minutes yet until I take a break. I'll be able to give you a little bit more food because you're meowing. He vocalizes. This is a I'm hungry meow. This isn't just like a vocalization, but one of the things the pill does is it causes them to vocalize more. Of course, they're hungry, so they're gonna meow more, but it also will like roar and stuff. Not quite caterwauling, but a similar kind of sound that cats will make sometimes. So he makes that sound. Well, at least you didn't get to hear me fall off the bike. That's good. This game, I'm telling you, I may not make it through 10 seasons. I might replace it with something else. Maybe the new ATV. No, I want to get through 10 seasons, but I'm about ready to go up to season 4? I'm on season 3 now? Or season 4 now? I think I'm on season 3. Why don't I know what season it is? Anyway. 10 seasons, 5 seasons with the Supersport and 5 seasons with the Super Bike. The reason 5 is because I'm racing with every upgrade level for each season, so I have all my initial level 1 equipment, which I guess is not upgrade, but fall equipment, and then get level 2 equipment, doing the C's with that, level 3 equipment. But yeah, the game is going to keep. It was having a problem where it would scratch, like the mic was an issue, and then somebody, I thought it was my mic or my equipment, my chat pad, my controller or something. I switched all that around and still had a problem. And somebody said, oh, a workaround for it is to keep the controller plugged in, not run it off the battery. And I still had the issue, but it seems to be less. But again, it was only this game, and so I was actually glad that someone gave me the workaround. Even if the workaround didn't work, it was confirmation, or doesn't work as well as I had hoped. It was confirmation that yes, it is. Somebody else is having the problem with this game. It's not anything to do with my equipment. There's that sound issue, and now there's this sound issue. I'm assuming other people will also have this problem because nothing changed on my end. Yeah, the sound seems to cut out. Well, it was like an hour now because I had it warming up. Maybe I should not have the game loaded when I'm got my starting screen up. I don't know. Or reload it. Because my starting screen doesn't need to have the game loaded. That's probably what I'm going to do in the future. Although last time it went almost 2 hours. I did a whole close to an hour of qualifier and then did this race, but it died about the same place. so maybe it's this particular race after 2 laps. But it died on me before, but I don't remember what race it was it died on. I mean, before yesterday. I don't remember if it was the last full race that it died. I ran the last 10 minutes silent, but it wasn't the first part of this race. Because I remember I just went ahead and played out the last bit of the race and then was able to restart the machine or restart the game, and it worked. I can't restart the game in the middle of a race or I'll lose my progress. I experimented with that during the last stream, and it ended, it did not save my progress in the race. So I've also been having, fortunately not during stream, but was having this week some internet issues, but I hadn't restarted the Xbox and everything for a while, so this time I made sure I unplugged. I hard started the Xbox. You hold the button down for like 30 seconds. If you hold it down just a little bit, it goes into suspend mode. If you hold it down for a while, it actually shuts it all down. But then, of course, it maintains the power, which can still have, maintain some memory and stuff. So unplug it then after you've safely shut it down. All right, I'm coming up on 2 laps. Oh! I was a little too bold in going around that turn. It's usually the oversteering that gets me. Oh, I'm going to hit the thing again. Oh, that was a nice ragdoll. Just lay still. Lay still, guy. We'll be out with the stretcher. Okay. Stay to the left. Stay to the left. Left. Stay to the left. Stay to the left. Not that far left. But you hit the pole. Oh. Okay. Autopilot. Thank you, autopilot. All right. I will not be restarting the game. I'm going to take a break here on the stream. Next YouTube episode is going to be no game sounds for the entire race and the entire episode, sadly, because I'm not going to restart this again like I did last week. Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, please come back, even though, the second half of this race is going to have no game sounds. YouTube episodes for TT Alaman 3 drop every Saturday at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time. And most weeks I have a Dirt Rally dropping at noon U.S. Central Time. And then also during the week I have Civilization 6. So content goes up to my YouTube channel every day, youtube.com/@RollCageTV. And those of you watching on Twitch, if you're watching the VOD or whatever, I will be throw up the BRB screen and be back in a couple of minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, hopefully you'll come back for the next episode. Either way, I will see you then.